Hello everyone, Friday, March 22nd, 2019. Of course, Wednesday was New Comic Book Day, and right now is the first opportunity I had to do a video, so thank you for being patient, and we're going to show some new books. But also, I've been getting a lot of requests from viewers as it relates to the book that I think got me started into comic book collecting, so I am going to show that book today, and then another book that it's kind of really got me interested in the horror genre of collecting. And then I did a video talking about how I try to find higher priced, cheaper vintage books without having to go for the key issues. And then a lot of people have been asking for that. So I'm going to show you some of those from my collection just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. So let's jump right into the new books first before we get into the vintage goodness. First book of the week, Avengers No Road Home #6, Scarlet Witch and Conan. This sold pretty well, so my shop didn't carry a whole lot of them, but I got one there. We've talked about this, Cave Publications, Appalachian Apocalypse #3, I believe. Yep, #3. There's that. Guardians of the Galaxy #3, key issue, or a key appearance, so I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but there's that there. Venom this week, issue number 12, had two really nice covers on it. This was the regular cover here. Really nice cover. Excuse me. And then the variant cover, which was really, really nice. That's a really nice cover right there. These also sold really, really well. Image Comics Farmhand #6. I'm enjoying this storyline. It's just kind of a fun book. Teen Titans 25, B cover. Really cool cover right there. All the Teen Titans in his blade. Who is going to feel the power of the blade? There's that there. Really cool cover, of course. You know I love the Joker, obviously. He's over my shoulder. This was Nightwing #58, marked by the Joker's daughter. Really cool cover right there. Just thought that was really, really well done. And just really, really nice. This is a Virgin cover here. This is Black Badge #8. I forgot the issue number. Really cool concept on the cover right there. And that's a true Virgin cover. The shop had a couple of them. I was surprised. I went the day after and it was still, still had two there that they had picked up. So I was happy to get that. Batman 67 B cover. That's always iconic, you know, Batman on a building overlooking the city. So always like those covers there. Scotty Young, Middle West #5. There's that. Kind of died down a little bit, the heat on this book, but still a good read. Book sold out very, very quickly. This is Naomi #3. There is a reveal in this book for the next issue, so issue #4 is going to be a real hot one as well. This book has picked up a little bit of fire lately, especially with issues 1 and 2, so here's this one here. I'm excited for that. Don't need to say anything about this next book. This book blows off the shelves and is always sold out at publisher. This, of course, is Immortal Hulk #15, the A cover. And a lot of shops are just one per person, so I pre-order, so I'm lucky enough to get some extra copies of that. And a really nice looking cover there. A lot of people are now picking up all the second prints they can find because second prints are now going for a pretty good amount of money. That storyline is just really, really good. Again, like I said, and I'll say this all the time, probably one of the best storylines I have read in a very, very long time. And then my pick of the week for the book of the week is from Aftershock. This is Dark Red #1. I love the vampire genre and the horror genre, as we know. We talk about that all the time. This is a vampire-themed book, and I'm very excited to read it. And this sold pretty well at most locations. So those are the new books. I am going to show you some higher grade vintage books like we had talked about. You don't have to spend big money to buy high-grade books. So all these books are from my private collection, and I am going to show you some high-grade books that are very affordable. No particular order. You're not going to find anything that's, you know, super awesome, but, you know, or as far as like a high price point and a key issue, because as far as I'm concerned, those are pretty overrated. These are the ones that are getting harder and harder to find. So in no particular order, and I hope you enjoy these, The Defenders, number 30. High grade there. Really nice. That's a cool 25-cent cover. There's that. Atlas Comics, 1975. I graded this a very fine plus. It's probably a higher grade, but this is Planet of the Vampires, number 2. This is a Neal Adams cover, and that is just a really nice looking cover right there. There is that there. Really nice book. This is Supernatural Thrillers, number 8, of course. This is the Living Mummy storyline. This is from 1974. This is a very fine near mint. Right there. Of course, it looks really nice in the Mylar. I hope you can see that pretty well. A book I don't think gets a lot of, you know, appreciation. You can find them. You can find a lot of these, actually, in pretty high-grade condition. This is Battlestar Galactica, number 1. 1979? Yeah, of course. There's that there. Always liked Battlestar Galactica. I was a big Cylon fan when I was a kid. You know, the old By Your Command. So there's that there. I have that as a near mint. Another high grade, very fine near mint, number 3, Planet of the Vampires. You don't see a whole lot of these around, but you'd be surprised that you can find some pretty high grade copies at a very reasonable price because, of course, everybody wants the big superhero stuff. A lot of these smaller press books and some of these, you know, obscure titles can get some pretty good prices in high grade. Here is Captain Marvel, number 50. Again, nothing spectacular, 30-cent cover, but a super high-grade book. And again, if you ever want to sell your collection, the higher the grade, the bigger the price. There's another Captain Marvel, number 52. Again, no particular order. I just have some boxes that I throw stuff in, and this was just some of the stuff that's been there for a while. So there's that there. 1975, Jungle Action, number 16, Black Panther, very fine, near mint. Really nice cover right there. And again, I'm a very tough grader, so what I say it is, it's probably, you know, a grade to a grade and a half higher than what I say. But again, I'm a tough grader. Supernatural Thrillers, Living Mummy, number 11, very fine plus. Again, anything in Mylar makes it look so nice. And if you want to display these out in high grade, really, really nice. Monster Frankenstein, number 4, very fine. But most people would probably call it a 992 because there's really nothing wrong with this. I'd have to go back in and look and see why I had it at that grade. Secrets of Sinister House, number 10, Neal Adams, very fine near mint, 1973. There's that there. Very fine plus, 1972, Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, number 7. I think I showed a book like this prior. Always like that with the nuclear wet bomb in the background going off, but really nice book right there. Supernatural Thrillers, number 9, very fine plus. I did like the Living Mummy storyline, so every time I can find something like this, I always try to grab it. R, number 1, or UG, number 1, whatever it is. ARG. Never could really, pronounce that one, but this is a near mint copy. Right there. Of course, this is 1974. Really fun book right there. I really like that book. So those are like some of the things you can find, that you can buy books like that, under $20 in high grade. And if you're trying to put together a really big collection or a really nice high grade collection, you start at these here. Everybody can spend your money. Like I said, if you want to spend $500 to get a single key issue, you can do that. Or you can go out there and you can buy 50 or 60 high-grade books in this type of frame for $500 or $600. I would rather do the 50 instead of the 1. But again, I'm different in that context. I know a lot of people like to carry the keys and have the keys. So there's that. Excuse me. And then I got a... I always get questions from viewers who want to know what got me started into collecting comic books. I stayed home a lot when I was a kid for my mother's health was not always the best. And so I spent a lot of time at home, although I had a great childhood. I can remember, always spending Saturdays, at the Little League fields and playing with my friends and buying comic books. But this was the one book that I think really got me started into collecting. I had bought a couple of comic books prior to this, but this one here, Blitzkrieg #1. I really liked the war comics. Where I lived in an apartment complex, we had a couple of college kids. They lived, in another building, but one of them collected comic books, and he would read the comic books to us, me and some of my friends. And I remember this one particularly because when he would read the comic book, he would use a German accent. This is World War II seen through the eyes of the Germans. It's a really good storyline if you haven't read it. And so this was the first one I remember. I couldn't wait for the next issue to come out so we could read the continuation of the story for us because I like that. And the reason this book holds a special place for me is that unfortunately him and his roommate passed away in a fire in the apartment complex. And that was the first time that, I really understood a loss of somebody. And so I always buy this book. I have a ton of these issues only because it holds a special place for me because it brings back a good memory of a better time, even though there's a little bit of tragedy attracted to that right here. And the book I think that got me really involved in the horror genre is Dead of Night. This is the first appearance of the Scarecrow. This is not a high-grade book. This is a VG fine. But this book here, I just remember seeing that cover and thinking, man, look at that Scarecrow. That's just a really cool cover. I love that cover. And this is what got me into buying, looking for like Frankenstein monsters and the horror comic books. And as I got older, trying to find the old EC horror and that type of stuff. So this one here, Scarecrow, is the one that really, I think, got me started in the, this genre of book. So I hope that answered your questions. Blitzkrieg #1 is always going to be my #1 book in my heart for various reasons. And then I hope you enjoyed looking at some of the higher grade Bronze Age stuff that I showed. Again, you can put a beautiful collection together of high grade books at a reasonable price. So there you go. If you're not a subscriber, give it a thumbs up and, subscribe if you are. If you didn't like the video, you can give it a thumbs down. Again, I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the positive comments I've been getting as it relates to my back. So thank you for that. I will try to do another video this weekend because I want to do a shout out video I have so many great followers and viewers that I just want to, say thank you for that. So maybe I'll show some more high grade books on that video. So I hope you liked the video, but as always, if you didn't, nothing I can do for you. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you in a couple days.